Good morning and welcome to the Be the Light meditations. And speaking of light, we've just taken a deep dive into fall. I'm seeing lots of red leaves out there. And as you can see, the lighting here in my little she shed in Port Townsend is soft and golden. We're going from the bright sun, inward. And I was just thanking the Creator the other day that I think the 3 months for each season is perfect because then we can move into it, be refreshed with the newness of it, rejoice in all the times that we've experienced the bright, wonderful, sunny summer, wearing practically no clothes, just a shift, and just reveling in all that the summer brings. And then suddenly we start thinking of the fireplace, the coffee, and we wouldn't have that. We wouldn't have that joy of relief, of moving and anticipation of something new, unless the Creator had set it up that way. So the seasons on this earth are here to give the humans and all the animals versatility, a resilience, and an anticipatory joy for something new. So how does this fit in for our theme for today? In what ways have you been able to build up joyful containers, cupolas of joyful memories in life with people in places that you can recycle and revisit those? No energy goes away. And often in our busy lives, we're seeking the new. It's 80% of our energy, something new, the shiny penny. And I've been coming to realize this week, well, when you hit 70 years old, you just have a lot of time to reflect on 70 years of life. That looking for that shiny new wonderful thing, that penny will become the boring penny. I'll say that again. That shiny penny that everything in you moved towards, had to have it and got it, became old hat. And you'll know that because I have 56,000 pictures on my computer. When I moved to Pacific Northwest, just marveling at the trees that are 10 times taller than in California. You could actually have a waterfront property for a decent price. I remember the excitement of the firsts of all of it. And then we seek, or at least I do, something very different. So how can we make sense of this, knowing that we are beings who are here to experience and grow? We talk about that spiral of life. We go into this place of things are expanded and wonderful, and then we want to experience something new, so we start feeling tight, not so cozy, looking at our partner like maybe they're the problem, or maybe I should move, and then spring, off you go. But what if we looked at how the Creator planned things, and we set cycles for ourselves for every year? It is becoming more commonplace, particularly in the younger set, 40-something, to create, I'm not going to say vagabond life or gypsy, I'm going to say a roaming life. And there's another word for it too. I just learned, hanging out with some young people this last week, that there's a group of 200 to 300 people that actually move like a tribe of ladybugs or bees, cooperatively planning and moving, often going on cruises together. Cruises, and taking that joyful, youthful energy of something new and visiting different countries when they go off the cruises, day passes, I guess. And then they go to third world countries and find inexpensive housings. They have community, So there's so many beautiful parts of this. I think what I'm trying to say is, can we find a balance of stability and tradition that gives our life meaning, a, a sense of from here to there, but the here is always there, at least energetically, or holding those memories, so that we're not always, and this is a lot of the American way, bigger, better, more, a bigger piece of property. They said that we went from sitting on the stoops where women discuss, like my mom and all the neighbors on our dead end street, discussed everything and had support, had a circle, had a tribe. And then people started getting more money and they ended up in very big, lonely houses with rooms with home theaters where just two people would sit at night, especially with the emptiness, just sit there twirling their fingers saying, what delicacy are we going to eat tonight? So America is somewhat of a adolescent energy form on the planet, and she is changing right now. She is growing up. She is having growing pains for a lot of the me first energies that America has held. Whereas Europeans have tradition, the bakery, the cheesery. What would you call that? Fromage. I'm sure there's names in every little country. And so now Americans want to go buy and live in a little Italian town and have something slower or settled with the seasons and the rhythms. So let's take a look at your own life in this meditation. What are the seasons? What are the changes that nurture you and that you seek? And for many of us, are vital to our own sense of vitality and feeling alive. I'm certainly not talking about being the 50s person, 1950s, who was either married and did the same thing in front of the TV with the TV tray, or being a single woman, cat lady, or someone on her own. And in those days, they didn't quite have the survey measurements to state that actually older single women are much happier than married women. It's those little boxes. It's those little rules. It's those little scripts that we've all grown up with. And in America, we don't have the 500-year-old church. Can they be 500 years old? 200-year-old church. We don't have the rituals. And in fact, a lot of Americans, young American people, people came to America, immigrants, first thing they did, the Italians and Irish, is to acclimate and leave all their traditions behind because they didn't want someone pointing at them saying, it was like the latest group coming into America was the lowest in the perception of the, bourgeois Americans. But we want to look at our own lives. What do you need? Where is your nest, your home base? Where can you create tradition with your family? And honestly, once your family has grown, you may not live in that home, but you can still have tradition with the little rocking horse that plays a song that little Katie sat on your lap and played with, and your 30-something can now put her child on their lap. There is something grounding, nurturing, a sense of time, a sense of alignment with something bigger than yourself. I could go on and on about the benefits and beauty of place and space, the container of feeling at home, even if it's just memories all pulled together in decorations and songs and family foods. Feel into the time when you were small and all of this had such meaning was grand and joyful. And it's that anticipatory joy. We know that actually the day of often isn't as exciting. It doesn't deliver for the high point of the, other years. But that's okay. Feel into that. Feel into some memories. Beautiful. Those memories are alive and they're in your heart, even though they were from an earlier timeline. And we're simply going to move that vibration here and now today, September 25th, 2024. Bring that sense of the smells of favorite foods. Breathe it in. Imagine the furniture feeling as wonderful as it did in your aunt's home, your grandmother's home, your parents' home, wherever it was. Bring that feeling, no matter where you're living, in your home, that your home is a place with a seat for you that is safe and joyful, with meaning. And imagine yourself inviting other people into that space, naturally, no matter what it's like. They're not coming because you have 4 matching perfect chairs and a dining room table. Honestly, nobody's into that anymore. People will want to come and feel at home in your space with you, having your favorite tea. So do you see, you're creating new memories in this moment, in this timeline, but you're not searching. You're not looking for that elusive. You're actually bringing up the vibration here and now and having it in your body and embodying it and being and holding that tradition in the here and now. My mother made mincemeat pies and very special buns. So that's all I'd have to do is make those buns and a little milk on top, not butter or anything else. 1 teaspoon of milk on top. That was my job, to spread it on so they'd get nice and brown. So breathe and smell and feel into tradition. And ask yourself, do I do that on a regular basis? Like the seasons come on a regular basis? Do I set the space and time for that, so that when I go out into the world, I have the excitement of the newness, new things to touch and see and grow and learn, but I have then a place to go back to settle in, to have the warm glow that this room has in early fall. So what I'm saying is we can carry tradition and newness and seeking in an orderly, rich fashion that we appreciate each one equally with joyful anticipation. It's only the American way, when we're constantly going and seeking, that we run out of gas. We need refurbishment. And I would say feng shui will teach a lot about order, place, color. To just feel into the space that you're in right now and ask yourself, is this my fall? Is this my tucking in? My stopping so much of the doing? Is this respite? Or am I right now at the vacation hut with sunshine and open? And some people are okay with the same thing all the time, but our bodies itself are tied to rhythms and pulses of natural movement. The Waldorf community has it perfectly. Little stories, little puppets, Christmas altars, spirals of evergreens that children walk around, summer solstice. This makes living in a physical body as a spiritual being so rich. We don't have to do everything all at once, but to slow down and to make some order of our days, of our lives, so that it weaves into different containers of warmth, inward, food, less company, to outward, dancing, sunshine, expansion, giddiness. And then, of course, we haven't even gotten into winter of deep stillness, reflection, creative processes, preparing for the next spiral move. So let's take a deep breath through our nose and out through our mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We drop into our body, and first we check in. Am I in one mode? Am I a hermit? Too much? In one place, not moving, not growing? Or am I like an arrow that never finds its mark, constantly moving and seeking and not being refilled? So let's forgive ourselves and just trust our intuition on what we need more of. And sometimes, in this busy world of seeking and trying to create a new world, sometimes we just need to be held in the field of people who know us, respect and love us. Sometimes it's a visit to your hometown. Sometimes it's a visit to your college comrades. Sometimes it's a visit to an old village where one old relative might know that you're part of that lineage. Somewhere where you have threads of connection that you don't feel isolated, that you feel seen and heard and loved all across time. This is such the richness, the beauty, the joy of life. And we often say in these meditations, seek more joy. Well, this is one way to do it. Be like the Creator that created the earth with its seasons, and create your calendar, your schedule, your expectations, your rhythms, your wardrobe, your friendship activities. There's a lot of people who see certain people like twice a year. Oh, we always do that. We go to the lake. We always do this with these people. And I used to think, well, geez, why don't they do something new? Because these roots of the jokes that you share, the casserole that failed, that you're teased about endlessly, these are the sparkles of a life well lived with other imperfect human beings. So take a breath and feel into the joy and the excitement of even imagining resettling your life. And one part of your life can be absolutely, completely new. Maybe you're going to go together with some friends and buy a village in Italy and go there for 3 months of the year. These are the sorts of new compositions that we're able to make for more expansion and creation. But if you live there forever, you might miss other aspects and other places unless you take those with you and have some people there who know and love you and grow with you as well. So we are lucky. We're in a time of choice and plenty, and we actually are becoming way showers and mentors at this point for new, more unlimited ways to live on the earth. Nomadic, there's nomadic, staying completely free of everything. However, what is occurring now is there are now communities, land grants, and places where the nomadic can visit and feel at home and make arrangements to meet their other nomadic friends. It's part of the human realm to seek the known. So we're talking about balancing adventure, newness, co-creating, living the old way on earth in small static communities, agrarian cultures, and the new expanded consciousness, living off the grid in numerous ways, in numerous communities. So this is all before us, and it's very exciting. Just make sure, and this is what this talk meditation is about, that it feeds and holds and nurtures you as you are seeking and learning and rebalancing of where to put these threads and anchors down. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Keep some memories and roots. Keep some archetypes. Sometimes we play roles in certain situations that gives us a sense of place. The mother, the grandmother. Enjoy it all. And just be sure that you are checking into your feelings often and taking breaths and re-choosing to be sure that there is a balance. Just as the seasons come and go, there is a balance of the old with the new. So blessings on this day, blessings on these thoughts. It was more thoughts than a big, huge, expansive meditation. But I bring you whatever Spirit has in mind for the day. I'm Jan Jorgensen at soundandlighthealingarts.com, and just join me any Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time here at this channel. Thank you.